Welcome to this explainer on rewiring the morning mind, breaking the cycle of survival stress. Okay, let's just dive right into this. You know that feeling? You wake up, open your eyes, and instantly, bam, you feel like you're already behind schedule?
Before your feet even hit the floor, there's this heavy, undeniable rush of anxiety. Now, you probably just think, well, that's modern stress, right? I've got a busy life. But the fascinating science we're unpacking today shows us this is actually a highly specific survival mechanism. And get this, it's designed for a world that literally does not exist anymore. I mean, think about that very first moment when consciousness hits. A lot of us know exactly what this is like. You haven't even checked a single email. You haven't looked at a text or seen a single news headline, but your heart, it's already racing. There's this undeniable weight just sitting right in the center of your chest, kind of whispering that you're failing, you're late, you're missing the mark. And we usually just brush this off, right? We think, oh, I lack ambition or it's a personal flaw. But actually, your brain is quietly running a background process that we completely overlook.
So we've got to ask the question, why exactly do you wake up feeling behind? Well, it's because, completely without your permission, your brain has fired the starting gun for a race you never even signed up for. It's essentially a phantom race. Your mind is anticipating this massive barrage of threats, and it's instantly preparing your body to run from them or fight them off. Basically, you're waking up on the starting line of a marathon, and you're already completely out of breath.
And there is a crucial truth we need to establish right out of the gate here. You aren't lazy, and you aren't failing. What's happening in your mind every single morning, it is not a character flaw. The truth, according to the research we're diving into, is that your brain is actually just trying to protect you. But the catch is, it's using a survival script that hasn't been updated in, well, thousands of years. It's ancient software trying to process modern life. And if you don't address this, you might honestly never experience that calm, focused connection to your own daily life that you totally deserve.
So, to understand how to rewrite this ancient survival script, I found it incredibly fascinating that we actually need to look at a really unexpected source. I want you to think about how a domestic cat operates. Yes, seriously. The animal that is probably ignoring you from the sofa right now actually offers a perfectly observable blueprint for exactly what's happening inside your own nervous system. Cats are exquisitely sensitive to patterns. I mean, they know exactly what time you wake up, they know exactly what time you come home. And there's a deeply, deeply biological reason for this behavior.
Cats build what researchers call an internal map. Essentially, it's a mental blueprint built entirely around highly predictable daily patterns and routines that signal safety. To a cat, this map is absolutely everything. These predictable little moments are biological signals of safety. They tell the animal, hey, you're secure, there are no predators around, you can relax. But when that map breaks, say you feed them late, or a routine completely shifts, their stress levels absolutely spike. Now, here's the kicker. Your human brain does the exact same thing. I found it absolutely mind-blowing that a study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that unpredictable environments are a leading cause of chronic stress. When predictability drops, the nervous system gets aggressively on guard. That's a biological fact for felines, sure, but it maps perfectly onto our own human neurobiology. Breaking a predictable internal map throws the entire nervous system into total chaos. So, while a cat relies on a predictable morning to feel safe, look at what we do. The very first thing most of us do is reach for our phones, right? We instantly flood our brains with news, social media, some chaotic to-do list, urgent messages. We are literally inviting unpredictable stranger threats right into our beds. We are violently breaking our own internal map before the day has even officially begun. It's wild when you think about it.
When you shatter your morning map like that with just a flood of unpredictable digital noise, your nervous system stays locked in this on-guard state. And look, a brain that is permanently on guard simply does not have the biological energy to feel motivated or focused or creative. You end up stuck in what we call the prey drive trap. You're activating this instinctual prey drive by looking at all these urgent alerts, but you never actually let yourself complete the cycle. I mean, you can't physically hunt down an email, right? You can't physically run away from a news headline. So the cycle remains incomplete, leaving you incredibly frustrated and just deeply exhausted right out of the gate.
So, the absolutely crucial question is, how do we actually fix this? Well, the good news is that it absolutely does not require some massive, exhausting lifestyle overhaul. You don't need to suddenly adopt a grueling 2-hour morning routine. Instead, it's all about targeted, specific ritual behavior. We really just need a simple 3-minute morning reset to give the brain the predictable map it's so desperately looking for.
And here are the 3 feline-inspired steps to help us rebuild that morning map. Step 1, the social stretch. Step 2, a predictable routine. And step 3, the slow blink. Let's kick things off with step 1, the social stretch. Now, in the feline world, a stretch isn't really about warming up muscles for a heavy workout, it's actually a greeting. It's a reset that basically says, okay, I am back in my world now. For you, this means you need to stretch before you run. You need a super simple 10-second mental reset the exact moment you wake up. Instead of immediately grabbing for your phone, which, remember, introduces all those unpredictable strangers into your immediate safe space, you just need to take 10 seconds to exist in your own world. Just lie there, take a breath, and greet yourself before letting the entire world in.
Moving on to step 2, establishing a predictable routine. Now, I know this sounds almost too simple, but consistency in the absolute smallest of things is exactly what takes your brain's evolutionary guard down. You have to build a micro-routine that your brain can actually predict with zero effort. It could be a highly specific way you make your morning coffee, or maybe a specific 3-minute walk down to the end of your driveway and back. These tiny, unbreakable patterns act as a secure base. They quietly signal to your ancient nervous system that you are safe, that the environment is known, and that you are firmly in control. Now for step 3, we need a pretty massive behavioral shift. You need to stop staring at your massive goals the literal second you wake up. Think about it. In nature, a direct, unblinking stare is confrontational, right? It's a biological challenge that creates immediate tension. When you wake up and obsessively stare at the giant mountain of everything you haven't accomplished yet, you instantly trigger a fight-or-flight panic response. Instead, we want to borrow the feline slow blink. A slow blink signals trust, it signals safety, and it tells the brain the environment is manageable. We need to apply this slow blink method to our daily lives to actively bring down that instinctual morning panic.
So how do you actually execute this slow blink? Well, you use the ambush strategy. Instead of staring at these massive goals that absolutely terrify your nervous system, you break those scary goals down into tiny, highly manageable ambush tasks. You set up your morning so that you can easily catch a small win right away. We're talking making the bed, drinking a glass of water, maybe writing down just one single priority. Catching that small win finally completes the cycle we talked about earlier. It releases this powerful rush of dopamine that satisfies your brain on a deep instinctual level, basically telling it that the hunt was successful and hey, it can finally relax.
When you combine this social stretch, a predictable micro-routine, and the slow blink of catching a small ambush win, everything changes. You actually stop trying to win a phantom race that doesn't even exist. By simply respecting your brain's biological need for a predictable internal map, this profound physiological shift happens. That heavy, breathless desperation sitting in your chest, it fades. Your nervous system finally realizes there is no tiger in the room, and your guard finally, blissfully comes down.
And that brings us to the ultimate choice you have tomorrow morning. Are you going to wake up and immediately hand your peace over to unpredictable digital strangers? Will you just keep running a stressful race that simply doesn't exist? Or will you take 3 minutes to rewrite your internal map? Understanding this survival stress is really about understanding the secret language of your own mind. When you finally learn to speak it, you stop fighting your biology, and you finally start living your mornings on your own terms.